Hi, this is Jill from Humu Yoga, and this is the gentle yoga practice. This week, we're working with the theme of commitment. So I'm going to take us through a quiet centering, and then I'll go over some inspirational quotes on commitment. And then I'll take us through a gentle yoga practice today, where we're going to focus on the spine and movements of the spine. So if this is something you like, please subscribe, because I do a different class every week with a different focus and a different theme. So to get started, just notice how you're sitting and find yourself in a comfortable cross-legged position or a comfortable seated position, whatever that might look like for you. Or you could sit up on some blocks or blankets if you find that helpful. But you want to be able to really lift up through your spine. So starting at the pelvic floor, I want you to engage those muscles enough for support. And we call that Mula Bandha, and that means root lock. And then above that, below the belly button, draw the belly in and get a sense of lift. We call that Uddiyana Bandha, and that means flying upward. And then at the top of the spine, just draw the chin down. We call that Jalandhara Bandha, or chin lock. And now, with the bandhas engaged, you're supported from inside, so you can release the hands, and we'll just begin to focus on the breath. So with the bandhas engaged, as you inhale, visualize now how the rib cage can expand fully. And then as you exhale, the rib cage relaxes. Focus on that again. Big inhalation, and then exhale. And one more time. Inhale, feel the expansion, and exhale. Let's take the hands together in prayer position, and we'll vibrate together with the mantra Om, and then I'll go over the quotes. Inhale. Om. True commitment isn't about perfection. It's about showing up with love, even when it's hard. Commitment is what transforms promise into reality. Stay committed to your decisions, but stay flexible in your approach. Commitment is an act, not a word. When you commit to something that nourishes your soul, it becomes less about discipline and more about devotion. Commitment. I love that. If you don't look at it as an obligation, but as an act of love or devotion, and you're doing these practices to nourish your body and mind, it's wonderful. So let's go ahead and check out how you're sitting, and just make sure you're in a position that you feel like you can stay upright. Right? And then from there, let's go ahead and just send the hands down again one more time. And then we're just going to do some really easy shoulder rolls. So let's just take the shoulders back, up, and forward. Back, up, and forward. And just notice that movement. And then we'll go the other way. Forward, up, and back. And just go with that. Notice what's going on in the shoulders today. I'm hearing a little bit of crackling, but it feels good. And down. And then from here, let's go ahead and let's just gently look over the right shoulder. Just gentle. Center, left shoulder. Feel like you're turning your head towards the top of the spine. So there's no cranking on the neck. It's just very natural. And now we'll do very natural down and up. Again, right at this occiput place where the spine meets the skull. Up and down. And then come to neutral. Now this one's a little harder. We're just going to drop the ear to the shoulder and only go as far as your neck wants to go. Feel that stretch. And up. Notice, can you keep your shoulders down as you do this? And up. This time we're going to go over to the right, and we'll take the hand just as weight. I'm not pushing my head. And I'm trying to focus on really rolling this shoulder, the left side, away from the ear, so I feel this nice stretch in the neck. And then if you wanted to, you could take your gaze down, maybe even drop the chin, and it changes it a little. Breathe, inhale, and exhale. Slowly coming back and rising up. We'll go to the other side, so just gently. And then from here, I'm really rolling this right shoulder away from the right ear. And it's just the weight of the hand, gently encouraging the stretch And then I'm just going to take a gentle chin down, maybe look towards the armpit and come back. Just notice where you're feeling it and rise up. And now let's inhale, reach the arms. And we'll take the hands now behind the head and just lift up. So when you do this, can you feel your back muscles really engage? So the back muscles are pushing forward and the front is opening and going back. And then now we're going to exhale and we're going to go the other way. So pull the belly in and kind of round your spine here. Just notice what's going on there. And then inhale, move with breath, lift up, feel the back engage and the front open into that back bend. And then come back and pull the belly in. And one more time and lift up. And then come to neutral. Let's go ahead and reach the arms. Really elevate and externally rotate. So you're elevating and then you're rolling the shoulders away from your ears. And then let's take a side bend. Reach to the right. So you feel this right side contract and this left side stretch. And rise up. We'll go the other way. Reach up. Feel the left side contract and the right side stretch. And rise up. Lift up one more time to the right. This time let's take the hand down and I'm pulling this shoulder away from my ear on that right side. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my gaze down to the center, maybe up if it feels good in your body. You feel this long line and rise up. And we'll do the other side. Reach, side bend. And with this left hand, pull the left shoulder away from the ear and feel this pink from the right pinky finger to your right hip. That nice stretch, the lengthening. And then maybe take your gaze down, center, and up, and then gently rising up. Let's go ahead and make our way over to all fours. So from here, just coming to all fours. And notice what happens when we come into this cow. We're engaging the back muscles and opening the front. And then as we exhale, we round into that cat. So now we're engaging the front and opening the back. Inhale and come forward, engage the back, open the front. And one more to exhale, really pull the belly in and lift up. Now let's take the feet together, knees apart, and walk it out into Adho Mukha Virasana, or child's pose, trying to send the butt back. Reach the arms forward. Breathe here. Inhale. You can really feel your back in this pose. Exhale. Can you breathe into the whole rib cage? Inhale. And exhale. One more big breath in. And exhale. And from here, we're going to rise up. Let's come to a puppy pose. So the knees are under the hips. Just reach your arms over and melt the sternum down. So the back body engages and the front opens. Only take it to where it feels good in your body. You shouldn't feel any strain in your shoulders or back. One more breath. Inhale, rising up. And let's take it to Sphinx pose. So we'll come to the forearms and get a sense here. Your elbows can be a little wider than your shoulders if you need to, and feel a sense of widening there. And then take your tail under so the legs are engaged. Your back isn't arched. Your legs are engaged and there's energy there. And then from there, get a sense you're widening the elbows in this Sphinx pose. Now we're going to take it up to Cobra. So in Cobra, you want to keep the legs working. Start to curl the back body. So it's like I'm pushing my back muscles forward as I open the sternum. Lift up. Pull the belly in, use your legs, tail is under, belly is lifted, and slowly, slowly curl down. Feel your back muscles working. Great. And then we'll make our way back to all fours. Let's take a moment. Come back into one of those cat poses. So we'll inhale, or I think this is the cow. Inhale, I always get confused. And exhale, round, pull way in and up. And then we'll come to neutral. And from here, we're going to make our way to Virasana, or hero's pose. I like to use blocks because my knees are challenged with osteoarthritis, and they don't bend as deeply as they used to, but the blocks really help. I always practice with a set of blocks, by the way, and a little towel. I feel like they just come in handy. But you could use a yoga belt or bolsters. I also like to create space in back of the knee as I come into this pose. So I feel like I'm sitting back and I'm creating space right in back of the knee. And then I'm pressing the top of my feet down. I'm feeling that energy. So I love how commitment is grounding, and devotion is where we express the love. And so let's just find that here. So we'll take Yana Mudra, which is index finger and thumb together, and it represents universal intelligence with individual intelligence coming together. It's like the grounding and the love, the celebration, and stay in that for a moment. Can you just breathe? Inhale and exhale. And now we're going to try and stay in this space as we take this into a back bend. So that means the back now is going to engage. And, you know, I call these angel arms because the back, it feels like is pushing forward. And all of this is opening up as we go back. Breathe. And at some point, you might want to take your arms and really be expressive. Lift up. Breathe. 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 You could even take your arms together and start to come back. And then just pause. And just be in this for a moment. And now we're going to rise up to the knees. And we're going to come into Ustrasana or camel pose, which could be quite intense for some people. So you don't have to come all the way into the pose, or maybe you will, or maybe you're using blocks for height or tucking your feet under. So if you get what the pose is about, the grounding and then the opening, that's the pushing the back forward and opening the front. So we push the feet down, the shins down, feel these muscles engage under the butt, feel the front open, feel the ribs, they start to lift this way because the back is engaged. So you're pushing the back muscles in. Really feel that. Maybe you can touch your fingertips and feel that some more. Maybe you're here, you haven't taken your head back. That's okay too. Maybe your hands can touch. You feel that back pushing forward and the heart opening, and you can take your head back. Breathing. Just notice, is the back bend even? And then rise up. And it's possible you just stayed here and you were enjoying that, feeling that back work and front open. So the truth is, you just take it to where you can in your body. And let's slowly come down. Let's see if we can make our way into a child's pose again. So just reach the butt back, reach the arms forward, and breathe. Inhale and exhale. And we'll slowly make our way to seated now. So coming down, I'm going to take the legs out in front of me. And we're going to come into back bends are so invigorating. It's really nice. Forward bends can be really releasing. So let's see if we can find that here. I'm going to use a block for Paschimottanasana. So notice when you straighten your legs, is your back rounded? If so, bend your knees a little bit. And this is where you could always use a prop for support, right? But from here, let's just go ahead and try to extend the spine as much as you can, right? Find that. And then slowly drop the head down. And breathe. And you could even be quite high, but make sure you're really extending. And then down. And breathe. And just, maybe you're getting a stretch, but it's not too much, it's enough. So you're engaging the front of the legs to stretch the back. Breathe. And then inhale, lengthen. Now let's take this nice diamond shape. So feet together. And we're going to round the spine again. It stretches the spine. So we're trying to round to take the head towards the feet. Of course, here you could use a prop as well. You could lift up, or you could just kind of hang out up here. Whatever was feeling good in your body. Breathe, pull the belly in. I'm feeling some nice stretch in the hips here as well. But it feels relaxing. Inhale, rise up. And from here, we're going to make our way down to the floor. So this is a spine stretch as well. Inhale, exhale, curl. Curl the spine, pull the belly in, coming all the way down. Let's go ahead and bend the knees and take a breath in and exhale and lift up. And then from here, let's go ahead and reach the arms. Make sure your legs are really engaged. You feel that under the butt, the hamstrings, the front is opening. You can elevate your shoulders, roll them away from your ears, and now let's slowly curl the spine down. Curl, pull the belly way in, curl, all the way down. Let's take the feet together just for a moment. Supta Baddha Konasana. You could take your arms out to the side, pull the ribs in a little bit. Let the legs slowly come up. You could pause the video if you wanted to stay here longer. It was feeling good. Let the legs come up. Let's cross the right ankle over the left knee. Hug it in. Or you could stay here. Breathing. Let's go ahead and come into the twist. So I'm letting the foot go down to the floor on the left side, turning my ribs to the right. And then coming up, and we're gonna go the other way. So I'm taking everything over to the right, and I'm gently using the ankle on the right side to pull that knee down a little bit, but that's optional. Just I'm feeling a nice stretch here. And you could maybe take your gaze over to the left. And then come back, and we'll do the other side. Hugging in, or staying here. But you want to feel the glute stretch, pulling in, and no neck tension. Sometimes we don't even realize we're in the neck. So relax that. And then down. Let's take everything over to the right. Feel that left shoulder roll open, breathing. And then we'll go the other way, letting everything drop over to the left. And I'm gently just using the weight of this left ankle to help pull. It's like a diagonal. I feel this nice opening here. And you could gaze over to the right. And then bring everything back. And we'll finish with a happy baby. You could grab the shins, you could grab the feet, roll around a little bit, and just let go into your Savasana, into this openness that your commitment brought you to practice, and just let go. And you can stay in this as long as you'd like and pause the video. But I'm going to go ahead and take us out. So stay in this energy as you become you start to become aware of your breath. And then start to slowly move fingers and toes. We'll start to bend the knees and make our way over to a fetal position. And pause. Just pause there for a moment. And then slowly coming on up to seated. And I always like to finish class the same way we started, and just notice, where are you now as opposed to the beginning of the class? And can you take this theme of commitment and devotion and let it resonate in everything you do? Namaste.